We're on our backs here in constructive rest posture. Going to invite you, if it feels comfortable, to maybe turn your palms down toward the floor. And if that feels a little tight right now, then come to the outer edge of the hand, pinky side down, just so there's a little connection with the fingertip, maybe the side of the fingertip of the pinky hand. And we rest here with our breath. And we notice the breath as it moves in and out of our body. Breathing easy. And with great care and thoughtful slowness, we're going to gently turn our head toward the left. Make it slow. And now we're going to notice when we come back to center what we're doing with our eyes. Can the eyes just rest in soft focus in the sockets? Or do they lead the way? There's a hummingbird in the tree. Hi, honey. We're going to go to the right side now. Soft focus with the eyes, noticing whether or not we can just let the eyeballs rest and the head does the work of moving. The eyeballs do not need to lead the way. And then we gently come back to center. This is a really slow motion because we're going to do it again to the left and to the right. We're doing this so that we can feel or notice what it's like to allow the head to turn without the eyes leading the way. And the reason we're doing this is because the muscles that control the eyes plug in to the back of the neck. And if we overuse our eyes or use our eyes in ways that they don't need to be used, like always leading every action by looking, we create strain in our neck. So this is just a little antidote to that. It's also helpful if you have a little vertigo to go very slowly, or if you get dizzy, the slower you go, the less chance you have of, well, falling over on the floor. We're coming back to center and we're going to pause here. Now we're noticing the shoulder blades as they rest on the floor. We're going to press into the shoulder blades, draw them together a little bit. You might notice that the head moves back to do this, the chin lifts, and maybe the arch in the low back increases. There's a little lift here. We're just going to release back to the mat, release the low back, let the chin come back to neutral. Pause here, and now notice your hands. Did anything change by doing that in the rotation of your hands toward the floor? Maybe your fingertips were easily on the floor, but maybe there's been a little more movement. We're going to do that one more time. Press into the shoulder blades. We're rocking down on the tailbone just a little bit so that we create a nice curve in the low back and the chin tips away from the heart. And then slowly and gently, tenderly, we come back to center. Now we notice how the shoulder blades rest on the floor. Is there more awareness of the shoulder blades? Check your hands. Is there more contact with the floor in the fingertips of your hands? Maybe all the fingertips are down, or maybe one or two, just noticing. Then we're going to cross our arms and we're going to hold opposite shoulders. And we're going to gently roll to the left and to center and to the right. And as we're doing this, let the eyes be soft focused. Notice if there's a tendency to lead with the eyes. See if we could let the eyes be off duty now and just let the head roll here. And as we deepen this roll, you might notice that the pelvis wants to join in, let it. And pretty soon we're in a whole body roll, slowly going right and left. And then the next time we're at center, we're going to pause and switch the cross of the arms. And then we take it to the right and the left again. A slow roll, connecting with the shoulder blades, the back of the head, and the pelvis. Noticing how this feels. It's not a race. This is a slow exploration. And then the next time we're back at center, we're going to pause, unwrap the arms, bring the hands to rest again, constructive rest. Notice how the hands rest on the floor now. And then connect with the shoulder blades. Is the area around the shoulder blades a little more present or noticeable? I'm going to move a little bit now. We're going to do some flow work. We're going to start by floating the arms up. Fingertips point at the ceiling. The palms are facing each other. On the in-breath, we're going to touch the arms down above the head, and we rotate the arms so that the back of the hand touches down. This is where a block can come in handy. So if you notice that feels just a little bit uncomfortable, maybe you take a block and rest it where your arms would touch down. See how that feels. That may be preferable. So we're going to float those arms back up. On the in-breath, we're going to touch down above the head, rotating the back of the hand to touch down. The next in-breath, come on up. Next in-breath, touch down. Next in-breath, we come back up. Release the arms. Notice the fingertips and the shoulder blades. We're going to add to that motion now. So we float the arms up, fingertips point at the sky, palms are facing. On the in-breath, we touch down. On the out-breath, we're going to gather both knees into the chest. We're going to pause here and rock gently right and left. Allow the pelvis to rock, the shoulders to rock, and perhaps the back of the head joins the party. Pause in the center, keep the knees up. We're going to float the feet to the sky, flex the feet, bend the knees as much as you need to make this a comfortable posture. The arms are up and we touch down above the head again. So now we have an extension, feet to the ceiling, arms long. Press through the heels of the feet and reach through the arms. Breathe here. And then on the next out breath, we're going to gather the knees in, hold the legs and lift the head. Rock right and left. Breathing, feeling the abdominal muscles work. And then slowly lower everything back to the mat. So this is a 4-part sequence. This is a practice that could be done every day just for a couple of minutes to really lubricate the whole body. We're going to go through this with our breath. I will continue to cue, do your best, and here we go. The arms float up, fingertips to the sky, palms facing. On the in-breath, we touch down. On the out-breath, we gather the knees. The next in-breath, feet to the sky, touch down arms. And on the next out-breath, we gather the knees in, lift the head, the heart, look between the legs, and then we release to the floor. Arms float up. On the in-breath, we touch down. On the out-breath, we gather both knees into the heart. The in-breath takes the feet toward the sky. We reach through the arms, touch down. And on the next out-breath, we lift the head, the heart, look between the legs, and return to the mat. One more time, arms float up. The in-breath is a touchdown. The out-breath, we gather the knees. The next in-breath, extend, feet to sky, touch down arms. And the next out-breath, we draw the knees in, lift the head, lift the heart, and then slowly, gently return to constructive rest posture. And while here, we're just simply going to allow ourselves to notice. Notice the hands and how they rest now. Is it easier to make contact with the palm of the hand to the floor? Notice the space between the shoulder blades. We're going to bring our arms to cactus. It's like stick 'em up pose. On each side of our body, we have a cactus. Breathe here. Notice, can the back of the hand rest comfortably on the floor? If not, would it feel better to have a block come underneath the wrist to support the hand? Decide what works best for your shoulders today. On the out breath, we're going to tuck our chin toward our chest and bring our hands to the floor, keeping the cactus at L shape. On the next in breath, we lift the chin slightly, hands come back to rest on the block or on the floor. We're going to move with this now, breathing out, chin to heart, hands touch down. Breathing in, back of the hand touches the block or the floor, and breathing out, chin tucks. And breathing in, chin lifts and the hands touch down. Pause here. We're going to switch now the head. So when the hands go down, we'll take the chin back. When the hands touch down, we'll tuck the chin. When the hands come forward, we're going to tip the head back. When the back of the hands touch down above the head, we're taking our chin to our chest, to our heart. One more time, we bring the hands forward and down, the chin comes back. And when the hands return to the starting position, the chin is down. You might notice with the chin down in this position, a lot of strengthening happening between the shoulder blades and the upper back. We're going to give that area a little massage by holding opposite shoulders and rocking right and left. Really allow yourself to travel slowly through this so you can feel every inch of the upper back. Even if you're moving your feet, if your feet are rotating, your pelvis is rotating, really bring the attention to the upper back, to the rib cage, and just notice how that feels. Coming back to center, release the arms, release the hands. Breathe here. And now we extend our arms. They come out to T. So to T makes your body look like a T, though we're going to keep our feet standing on the mat. Palms are up. We're going to slowly turn our head to look at the left palm, which is turned up. And we're going to turn the right palm down. When we come to center, both palms are up. We turn to the right and the left palm turns down. We look at the open palm. We come back to center. Both palms are up. And now we turn right palm down to look left. And we come back to center. Both palms are up. Now the left palm turns down. We look to the right open palm. So we get the idea here of going back and forth. So you'll really notice this if you tune in between the shoulder blades. And for added extra awareness, as we rotate the head, we're allowing the eyes to stay soft and not jerk attention. The eyes don't need to dart to see where we're going. We're trusting the head to take us where we need to be. The next time we're back at center, we'll pause. And now when we look toward the left hand, we'll turn the right palm down and we're going to take the knees to the right side. We're going to pause here, Feel that nice stretch in the hip flexor. Head's looking to the left, right palm is down, knees have gone to visit the right side. Breathe here. And then we gently make our way back to center. Both palms are up. We're going to be looking to the right. The left palm turns down and the knees travel to the left side. Breathe here. And then both palms turn up, knees come to center. We're looking to the left, the right palm down, the knees to the right. So if you have the sense of this, you could just be traveling back and forth now. Looking to the right, knees to the left, left palm down. Just going back and forth, right palm down, knees to the right, look to the left. Allow yourself just a little bit of exploration here. It's okay if you discover that I've lost my way. Which way am I supposed to look? Where are my knees supposed to be? It doesn't matter. We're just moving here. We come back to center now. Both palms are up. Bring those hands to rest. Constructive rest. Arms float up. We'll do touchdown arms now. And then we're going to take the knees to the left side. Again, a block can be underneath both wrists above the head for ease. We're going to take the left hand and draw on the right wrist. We're just pulling and we're lifting the side of the pelvis. That would be the right side of the pelvis a little bit toward the ceiling. And we keep the arms back in touchdown arms. So both arms are in touchdown now. Releasing the wrist, back to center, switch sides with the legs. So now the legs are going to the right side. The left arm is going to be tractioned by the right hand pulling on the left wrist. We lift the side of the pelvis ever so slightly for a little bit deeper stretch. And the breath continues to move. Then releasing the wrist and the arms are in touchdown arms, the knees come back to center. On the next out breath, draw both knees into the chest, into the heart, rock right and left. And then we return the feet to the floor. Hands rest gently next to the pelvis. And now notice the shoulder blades. Notice the shoulders. Is there a little more clarity in the musculature there? Grab yourself a strap now. We'll do a little strap stretch. We're going to take the strap and loop it over the left foot. So let's do the arch of the foot. We flex the foot. If there's a bend in the knee by going vertical, just allow the foot to slide away from the torso until the leg lengthens out. This may feel like a lot or enough. If you'd like a little more, you can extend the right leg, walk it toward the center line of the body. So it's almost as if the feet are on a tightrope, both feet are flexed, and we breathe here. And as you're doing this, can you rest in the shoulders? Let the shoulders be heavy here. So the focus is on the legs and the shoulders are relaxing down toward the floor. We're going to bend both legs. We're going to bring that right foot into the strap. And we're going to release the left foot to the floor. Again, if this is really straining on the hamstrings, we're going to move the leg just a little bit away from the body, keeping nice flexion in the foot so the toes are coming back toward the knee. And if you'd like, you can extend the left leg, walk it to the center line of the body, relax through the shoulders, maybe slide down the straps so the upper arms are resting on the floor. Jaw is light, both feet are flexed. Breathing here. And then gently bending both knees, releasing the right foot to the floor. Hold your arms across, holding opposite shoulders. Now switch the cross of the arms the other way and rock right and left. Then releasing the hands to rest next to the pelvis. We notice how the hands are feeling. And now if it's comfortable, we're going to turn palms up. This is external rotation of the shoulders. And we're going to enter our Shavasana, our resting posture. Maybe it feels good to have the feet standing on the mat, or maybe extending the legs would feel really good now. You find your resting posture and allow our practice to integrate. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Gently begin to deepen your breath. And drawing your feet to standing on the mat, if they're not already there. We're going to gently roll to one side and press our way up to seated. So when you come to seated, you can be in easy seat, Sukhasana, cross-legged, or if it feels better, the soles of the feet together, and you can hold on behind the knees or at the ankles. You decide what's going to feel best for your body. And we open the arms wide. We're going to gather all the blessings that already exist and draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together, we all say, Namaste.